asphalt, and how many things you put on a sign in another day at some point in time. But he's entitled to his opinion.
In a prior meeting, we discussed the township's acquisition of the 40 acres and how the township actually only paid $1 million for the land. I think you said that then township manager Tom Chinicki only wrote a bond for $1 million, and that was way below the appraised value. And in this meeting we discussed transferring the equivalent acreage to Green Acres inventory as the balance, the difference between the $1 million and the what the appraised value was paid for with open space tax. I recently met with Green Acres and no land has been transferred to their inventory. Can you tell me where we stand with that, please?
Sure. We haven't made the transfer yet.
Okay.
And there is hope that down the road that the front part of that property will be developed. There's hope that the redevelopment stuff that we're doing further down Woodland Road will help spur interest and value in that. And to be honest with you, that's not a free project to have the wetland delineation done and to do that paperwork in order to put it there. And speaking for myself, I won't speak for council, the hope was that in the near future we would develop an interest in that property and actually have private interest help pay for that cost. The property's not going anywhere. It's not going to be developed.
Right.
But as was said in the meeting that you're referencing, there is roughly 35 acres there. There's 5 on Monmouth. Most of the 5 is wetlands. That's on Monmouth. I think at least 3. So there really not much the township can do there. And on the 35-acre piece that's along Wood Lane, that there's a line that goes from the northwest corner to the southeast corner, where there's a creek that goes through. And so it's not, even though Plan the Land had that whole property eventually developed in their plans, that it really isn't reasonably feasible to think that the developers, because they're going to have to build water crossing bridges, and it's just not, especially now, but probably even back then, I don't know that it was that realistic. So it's still the plan to take everything from that creek and back that's not likely to be developed and put it to open space, which would then, as you pointed out, bring down the amount that's still available for potential future development if we can deal with the lien that's on the property. Not the lien, the deed restriction on the property. That now you're going from 35 acres on that piece down to probably somewhere between 14 and 17 acres.
Okay, but understand my concern is not only that, but my concern is that open space tax was used to buy that land. I mean, that's a huge concern.
Before we began working here,
I understand that,
but there's nothing I can do retroactive to that,
no,
other than what we're going to do.
No, but maybe an audit's necessary to find out how this happened. How somebody pays $1 million for something that's valued in the appraisal at $1,521,500. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. And then open space tax is used to bridge that difference. It just, I've asked and asked and asked. That's why I'm now talking to Green Acres.
Okay.